My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Oh, James really went there with the more attractive. Oh, James really went there with the more attractive. All right, so let's see here. It's 1 minute and 12 seconds.
Question. It's just envy, isn't it? The whole point of the attacks upon Prince Harry and his wife, whether they're coming from within the palace, on the record, off the record, nowhere near the record, or whether it's coming from Fleet Street, is because they're simply better at everything. They're better at PR. They're more media savvy, they're more articulate, they're more empathetic. Crucially, they're more accomplished. Look at their careers, compare their careers. They're more accomplished and they're more attractive. So here is the real sin of Harry Windsor. And this only occurred to me last night. It's box fresh. I'm going to throw open the phone lines and you can kick it to pieces if you want on 0345 6060973. But the real reason for the hatred, the viciousness, and this astonishing level of abuse is because they make a complete mockery of royalty itself. The idea that he gets the top job and he sits in the sidecar for the rest of his life is absolutely absurd. But we can never ever admit that because it shakes the very foundations of the royal family.
All right, so this I covered it, I think yesterday. The video might be up right now. Yeah, it's right here. I edited it not too long ago. I think this morning. All right, so this person took part of it, and all right, so there's this. Should have specified this isn't from today. When was this? Older segment, new to me. All right, so let's leave that alone. I let you listen to it just in case some of you might be interested, but I cover it. The one that I covered already was much longer. All right, next to it. Oh, did I put it twice? Oh, what the hell? Okay, so this is this here. All right, let me pause again. Okay, so while the leftovers in the UK, you hear petitions, they don't want the Harry and Meghan to, I meant to say Australia. So there were some noises that were made by bots and derangers that when Harry and Meghan do go to Australia, they should be the one to pay for security. So there was like a petition that was put out, they claim, allegedly. And then Harry and Meghan's spokesperson responded to that. So this is where we are now. And by the way, I made a short video out of this on PYTE. So go check it out. Pay for security and all of that. So Harry and Meghan's spokesperson put a statement out. All right. The last few tweets I think I have on my list is making reference to this. Okay. I'll read it once, but make reference to it the next time I see it again. All right. If you want to know why GB News is crying this morning, it's because the Sussex's spokesperson decided to really clack in today. All right. Let's see. It's a moot point. The trip is being funded privately, so I'm not sure what this petition hopes to achieve. Of course, if you wanted to dive into the ridiculousness of this petition as an agenda for spreading misinformation, then one could equally hypothesize that there are approximately 26.5 million Australians who haven't signed it, who must therefore agree with the taxpayers picking up the tab for their visit. They are in tune in reality. They're not trying to take advantage of the people. Of course, that is another equally stupid assertion to make, but hey, why let common sense get in the way of a good story? Sussex spokesman. Yeah, all right, like I was saying, I don't know if I'm going to have part 1 and part 2, but at the beginning of this recording, I did say, use your senses, because now all you're hearing, people are saying on mainstream media, on TV, on radio, podcasts, whatever it may be, that they're trying to put their misinformation. Use your senses to determine certain things. All right? So there it is. Why let common sense get in the way of a good story? Sussex spokesman. Okay, period. It's a new day. There's the shade. Yes, bullseye. The British media hacks, trolls, skank minions, toadies, ugly old hags, derangers, deplorables, and flying monkeys are dreaded every morning. The Sussex spokeson's alarm goes off. Enough of their 9-year and 6 months off. All right, that's the BS. So sassy, I love it. It's about time to clap back at these people. All right, that's an ad. Now they are crying, saying they didn't need to respond. Are they? Now they're crying, saying they didn't need to respond. Now they're embarrassed. The world sees their stupidity. There's the laugh here. They're the one who brought attention to that absurd petition in the first place. So bask in the spotlight of your own foolishness. Probably find most people signing it aren't actually Australian, just bats and trolls. I love their spokesperson, the level of sass. So sassy. All right, let's go to the next tweet. And I think it's making reference to that, what spokesman Harry and Meghan put, the statement. Okay, so there it is again. If you want to know why GB, okay, I'm not going to focus on that. I put this on my list. Remember when WanK, William and Kate, was going to visit Australia after the bushfires, and the trip was quietly squashed after they were told not to come? Talk about embarrassment. I'm telling you this crowd, remember. This is the actual reason they're so mad. William and Kate keep embarrassing themselves when it comes to international tours, while Harry and Meghan do a great job with their foundation and keep getting invited to more. It's always projection. If William and Kate had a history of successful tours, they won't care what Harry and Meghan got up to. Yeah, there was a lot of public outrage over how tone deaf they were, expecting the taxpayers to fund a royal publicity stunt when so many across many states had lost everything. There's the laugh here. That's embarrassing. Yeah, I remember that because many people were saying they're gonna, instead of helping, they're just gonna take manpower away from what needs to be done. All right, so there's this here. Okay, so there's the statement again. This is what I bookmark, and then I'll read the caption here, but I'm not gonna read the statement again. Okay, the statement read out live on GB News. Oh, did they? All right, so let's listen to this. It's 41 seconds.
Let me give you the quote from the Sussexes, if you don't mind. They've said, "It is a moot point. The trip is being funded privately. I'm not sure what this petition hopes to achieve." Of course, if you wanted to dive into the ridiculousness of this petition as an agenda for spreading misinformation, then one could equally hypothesise that there are approximately 26.5 million Australians who haven't signed it. That's 99.98% of the population, who must therefore agree with the taxpayer picking up the tab for their visit. They said, of course, that is another equally stupid assertion to make, but why let common sense get in the way of a good story? That's what they've said. Just dig that apart for us, if you don't mind, Angela. Let me give you the quote.
They have no shame. Oh, there she is here. Hay said, stop flying. Okay, Harry said, stop effing lying.
Why do they have to comment on everything? You give it legitimacy when you comment on it, and it's so petty. That's not what we're about to be. Why do they have to comment?
I can't believe, did they actually said that? I can't believe them. So why did you bring it up? So you're saying lies about them. It's almost like the Oprah interview. They didn't want them to answer all the BS they were saying leading up to the Oprah interview. Are you freaking kidding me? I like the tone of their statement lately. They really have added a little pettiness to them, and I wholeheartedly approve. Okay, facts are cracking their already dry ass faces. Bitter hoes, stay mad. There's that. This is early fabulous. I love it. Who is the blonde with the big cap teeth? All right. So this is my last one. All right. I have on the list. Okay, so there's that here. This latest clapback is giving me flashback to when Kinsey was crying after Harry said the people he feels most sorry for are the trolls. March 2026, and this one is March 2024. Let's listen to the first one.
I've covered the royals for 30 years, including a decade when I lived in London. I have never seen anyone in the royal family or royal family adjacent respond in this manner to a petition. Why do they have to comment on everything? You give it legitimacy when you comment on it, and it's so petty. That's not what we're about. To comment that 98.98% of us.
Hey, you're talking BS, so she's putting facts out there. So next time, if you know you're not saying the truth, shut the hell up. I can't believe these people. I heard the squad were making reference to it. I didn't think they actually said that. Now they're saying why she's responding to it. Oh my God. You know, their safety, their life is... I don't want to say certain things, but I'm glad they responded anyway. Let's listen to this. This one was back in 2024.
So blessed. Why can't you just focus on the future and be happy? Focus on the future. Like, you don't have to go there. You don't have to engage. You engaging in any of this stuff, like sitting on that stage and talking about trolls, he fires up a base. And he should be better than that. And he could be better than that. And I just don't understand the decisions that they make sometimes, because it does the complete opposite of what I think that they think it's going to do for them. It doesn't benefit them at all to, I don't know, maybe he thought he was being funny, but I think he just appears kind of arrogant and bitter. And I don't think that that's the right way to move forward. I think he needs to change his attitude. No. He also said, in case you didn't know, that he wants to stay in the United States. He plans to stay in the United States. So that ends that debate that we are constantly seeing about Prince Harry. We just saw it from the Daily Mail. This was Richard Eden saying that he had talked to some courtiers that believed, after watching the Polo trailer and a couple of other movements, that they really felt like Prince Harry wanted to come back in some way, shape, or form. Sounds like Prince Harry is saying that might not be the truth. Of course, if your dad's not picking up your phone calls, are you really going to be like, yeah, I'd really like to go home? No, your dad's not picking up your calls. You feel rejected. You're going to be like, no, I'm happy where I'm at. But what did you think?
I've covered the royals.
All right, so this is the part where Harry was saying about the trolls. There it is.
The people I feel most sorry about are the trolls, who their hopes are just built and built and built. And it's like, yes, 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 yes. And then it doesn't happen.
I love the pettiness. It's so premium. It leaves them flabbergasted. LOL, they want to abuse Meghan and Harry while they remain silent. They want to lie in peace. That's it. Yeah. And they are still shocked when reminded that those lies won't make their lives any better. Alright, the sober and tears, OMG. They want him to want them so badly. That's the word of it. But they continue to make a living off of hating him and his wife. What exactly do they expect when he is just returning the same energy they put out? Wait until one day words turn into legal letters. The crying will be on another level. That's for sure. Isn't Kinsey Schofield the nut who photoshopped her face onto their engagement photo? Yeah. This one, oh my God. There's no word. There's no word. Crazy is not even the word. It's completely out of this world. Yet, yep, she will never cope. All right, so that is it. Let me pause for a second. All right, so that's it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. There might be part 1 and part 2 to this video. All right, depending on how I see it when I'm editing. Thank you for watching.
of Anaka. It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.